Most Thor players that I watch misunderstand how to play the hero. In this video, I will show you in real time how a Thor player transforms his gameplay in 20 minutes by applying these two simple habits. Hello, Shula. How you doing, man?
Yo.
So you said that you are a Plat 1 Thor and Psylocke.
Yeah.
That's a very different hero pool, Thor and Psylocke. It's not different characters.
I don't know. I like watching your Bronze to GM, so I just picked up Thor and Psylocke.
What do you like more?
I prefer Thor because most of the time, DPS is always taken.
Fair point.
I always played Thor. I do have one problem I think I need help with. So a lot of times when I play Psylocke or Thor, I find myself dying a lot. Like I probably have the most deaths on the team.
Okay.
And I really don't know why. So
that's what I'm here for.
Gotcha.
So you say I die and I don't know why. If you had to guess, why do you think that is?
It's probably timing with my dives. Like when I go in, everyone just looks at me and then I just die instantly. Like
So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna let you play the first team fight by yourself. I'm not gonna be saying a single word. I just want to observe how you play, right? Good news is that I understand why you keep dying so much.
yeah.
Why do you think you died?
Probably because I just dove in and I was in front of everyone's face.
Right, correct. You're right. You were in front of everyone's face. And when you're in front of everyone's face, what should you do?
Just get out.
Yeah. What did you do?
Awakening mode.
Exactly, which is the ability that definitely doesn't help you get out.
Right.
And also, at the beginning, when you were playing, right? When you were walking out of spawn, why did you walk and not just use your hammer to get into positioning much quicker?
I didn't think of that.
Alright. Is there, from now on, let's just make something simple. We're not gonna go into super deep. Every time you use your awakening form, just explain to me briefly, in like 5 seconds, why do you click your awakening form here?
Okay. I'm just doing some damage before the fight.
Did you?
Just a little.
In the expense of 3 hammers. Do you think it's worth the one shot that you took on that person that will never die for 3 hammers?
Probably not.
Right. So, how should I have used your hammers that you have on the screen, the 3 ones, instead? That would have probably helped you win the
probably
fight.
Probably to take position.
Yeah, in other words, setup.
Right.
But in the 70%, the past minute that you've been playing, how many times were you actually behind the enemies or pressuring their backlines?
Like 0.
0. I mean, 1 time at the beginning, which you overcommitted. But you're essentially frontlining with awakening form. So why do you click the awakening form here?
There was a Psylocke in front of my face. So.
Okay. What about attacking with your hammer? What do you click awakening for?
I was in the Invis Woman ult.
And? Because you were an Invis Woman ult, you wanted to click your awakening for?
Yeah, because I was in a safe spot, I guess.
When should you use your awakening for?
When you're about to confirm a kill and not die.
Right. You would like to use your awakening form when you can get a kill, and more importantly, when you can die. Now, could have you died there?
In the Invis Woman ult?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Right, so that's a check, right? And
could
have you gotten a kill?
Yes.
On the raccoon, which you did. Great.
Right.
And that, out of all the awakening forms that you have done that round, that was the only one that was good. Start using your hammer to get wrap up behind enemies more often, jump on the backline more often. You quite literally do not hit anyone with your hammer. Literally 0 people. I don't think you've hit anyone with your hammer. It's only awakening form. Use your hammer to wrap around behind them, get to the back line, attack them with the hammer, and if you can commit with Awakening Form to kill them, you should. If you can't commit because you will die, don't. Just go out and just try to find another opportunity. Here, set up, top right. Look, top right. You see, like, instead of walking, could have used your hammer. Yeah. Now you can drop behind them. Let's go. Yeah, here's your guy. See? Now you could have killed him, so you committed. That was really good. But don't overextend. Don't overextend, Blue. You have no HP. You have no HP. You have no HP. Pay attention to your health.
Right.
The kill was good. The worst thing you can do after getting a kill is dying to offset that advantage. Start swinging your hammer, get to the back line, jump on them, find somebody you can kill that is by themselves, and if you can commit Awakening Form, you should. If you can't, just get out with your hammer again.
Okay.
Let's go. Squirrel at the back there. Squirrel girl at the back. Look. Why do you click a slow here?
To slow down that raccoon.
Well, he just got out of it in like half a second with his shift.
Right.
Let's go. Let's go. So what did you do this team fight?
I'm sorry?
What did you do this team fight?
I tried to set up and try to attack from the back.
The short answer is nothing. Look, you're overcomplicating it. Nothing. You used three cooldowns on Raccoon that he didn't do much to. I told you should have gone to the Squirrel Girl because she has less mobility. Why Awakening Form here? You're dead. Why do you click your Awakening Form here?
I thought I was gonna get a kill there.
How?
I don't know. I thought I was attacking from behind, but I guess not.
I mean, you were, but you know, 5 people turning around, that's not a good case to get a kill there, yeah?
Right.
The only way for you to get kills in Awakening Form is 1, if somebody's low, 2, if somebody's by themselves. Why Awakening Form here?
They're all in front of my face and I'm behind cover.
If they're all in front of your face, it means that you're in the wrong position.
Okay.
Set up, use your hammer, go to, yeah, like this, boom, there you go. That was a good ulti. Good ulti. Good hammer. Let's go, push the advantage, let's go. Wow, Awakening Form.
I thought I was gonna kill the raccoon.
Raccoon is a very, very slippery character. It's gonna be very difficult for you to kill a raccoon. At least give yourself a few hammer swings.
Right.
That was an okay Awakening Form. It was a little bit risky, but I like it. Way better than the other ones. Yeah, keep swinging, you're good. Now you can use Awakening Form. You see, use double shift, which means he's dead. You see the difference? When you go in and swing on him a couple times, force his cooldowns, and then use Awakening Form when he has no cooldowns, you see the difference between those 2 engagements?
Right.
That was a lot better. Shlula, again, I ask you. Use your hammer a lot more often. You barely use that ability, which is the most important ability. That's how you get around the map.
Mm-hmm.
And I did, like, more specifically, that's how you get to people that you can kill. Number 2, don't use your Awakening Form unless you're almost certain this guy will die. You definitely don't use it in front of 5 people. By yourself. Okay? And remember, if you're in front of people's faces and you guys are looking eye to eye, means you're in the wrong position. You need to be engaging from places where enemies cannot see you. Boom, so you surprised the raccoon, you surprised the Loki, you surprised the squirrel girl. That's why they were dead. Because it was a surprise. No surprise, no kill. No surprise, also very high likelihood of dying. Hammer. Faster. Move faster, Lula. You have an ability that can push you so far across the map. Yeah. So, they see you, right?
Yeah.
Right. Here we go. There's your guy. Another hammer. Nice. Good one. You see, isolate target, he's dead. Good push. You see, now you're starting to swing your hammer. There's a lot more kills. Good stuff. Pretty good job. Nice. You see that you're attacking Venom, it doesn't seem like he's dying.
Right.
That is because he's getting what?
Probably healed.
Right, so who would you rather your target be?
I'm not sure.
The person who heals them, because your team can clean up the 1 HP Venom. Go set up, top right, hammer top right.
Right.
Yeah, all you do is wait here until they're not looking. Wait, don't push, don't do anything. Don't show. You will drop on the back line when they don't pay attention.
Okay.
But look where your team is, so you know approximately where the enemies are.
Should I use my ult too?
I don't know if you can, if you should.
Okay.
Okay, people are fighting you to make your moves, Flip. Should have used your ulti?
Nah.
Not at that time. It's the Doctor Strange. I like the awakening form. So you almost killed Cloak and Dagger. She used Cloak, right? Yeah? Go for her. Go for her. Because look, even if she doesn't die here, right? Even if she doesn't die here, you cut off the healing completely.
Right.
Good. You see, it didn't commit awakening form. That was good. You saw 3 people in front of you. You're like, let me get out of here. Let me find a good opportunity. But my question is, what are you doing in the middle of the point, Lula?
Yeah, I should be setting up.
Exactly. You should be setting up so you can drop on people when they don't pay attention. Like now would be a good time, for example, to go in. There's your guy. There you go. Nice try. Nice try.
I tried to get out.
Yeah, I think before using your awakening form, try to assess the situation if you can actually get the kill by swinging your hammer a couple times. You're rushing your awakening form constantly, right?
Right.
Like swing your hammer if they're not looking. Swing your hammer a couple times. See, maybe there are people turning around. Maybe it's not a good time to use awakening form. But overall, it's a lot better. The way you started the game, the way you're playing right now, is the night and day difference.
Oh my gosh.
Slow down. Here we go. Next. Nice. Good target priority there. I like it. Nice. That was a nice combo. Good one. Good reflexes in that portal. What do you think about the game? That was pretty good. Pretty good round. What do you think about the game overall, though?
I felt like the first round was pretty bad.
Okay, right.
And I took your advice, and then it was all.
Yeah.
It was just better.
I mean, so look. The first step of actually improving is being open to taking advice, you know? Like, the realizing there's something wrong with how I play. And if there was somebody who knew what I'm doing wrong, right? And it could help me out and apply his feedback, then I would have ranked up, and which exactly what happened, right?
Right.
Most people, by the way, in general, most people in this game, they are not very receptive to feedback. They assume they know, right?
Right.
They're like, yeah, so they'll easily start arguing against somebody who's so much better than them and think they're right. What were the adjustments that you have made that led up to you destroying the enemies on the second and the third round compared to the first round?
Probably using my hammer more to set up, and then using awakening mode at the right time.
Right.
Assume.
Right, but that's sounds very vague when you say the right time. Can you please be more specific? So you, for future reference, when you play by yourself without awkward in your ear, what would be a right time? So you use awakening form and you die. What would you, Shlula, tell yourself?
That I should probably use awakening form when I'm not about to die.
I mean,
I don't.
you should use your awakening form when there's a high likelihood of getting a kill, and more importantly, when there's a likelihood of you not dying. When it's like very likely for you to not die. Like a lot of times you go in, you don't even assess the situation, just click awakening form. And that's why I told you what would be really good for you. Go in, swing your hammer a couple times, figure out, are they turning around on me? Are they not? Oh, this guy's now half health because I just swung my hammer 2 times on him, right? So now I can use awakening form and kill him. Just try to swing your hammer before you pop your awakening form, right? Because that will teach you 2 habits that you struggle with. Number 1, it will give you a good assessment if you're likely to get a kill or die, right? And the second thing, most of your awakening form, you tend to miss it because you shoot it from far away. And awakening form, I mean, contrary to popular belief, it's not a long-range attack. It's actually a close-range attack because it's very difficult to miss the shots in close range. Plus, there's extra damage to people that are close to you. And you probably noticed that it's very difficult to hit long-range attacks with the awakening form.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the first thing. The first thing, give yourself a couple of hammer swings before you use your awakening form to assess if you will die or if you can get a kill. Yeah.
Yep.
The second thing, you need to use your hammer, your shift specifically, the one that gets you around way more often. You barely use that ability, which is your most important ability. Should be spammed almost 24/7 in a team fight. Helps you set up before the fight. Right off the gate, when the spawn door opens, you should be using your shift. You go to the position that you can, like, you set up. Why? Because you want to engage from where?
From the off angle.
Exactly. Off angle, blind spot, wherever you like to call it. Where people don't pay attention to, that's exactly where you engage them. If people see you, it means you're in the wrong position because you want the people to not see you so you can engage properly and do a bunch of damage without them paying attention or being able to react.
Right.
And that hammer gets you in, gets you out. You go in, you realize, you know what? They're all looking at me. Get out. 2 seconds later, you try again, get in. Oh, they're looking again, get out. And eventually, when you get in, get out. Eventually, there's gonna be a point in time where they're not gonna be looking. They're gonna be busy with something else. They're gonna be using their cooldowns, which means they have no protection against your awakening form. More importantly, they cannot kill you in awakening form because they have no cooldowns.
True.
Right? So number 1, start using awakening form. Start swinging your primary fire before using your awakening form to assess the situation. 1 time, 2 times doesn't really matter. Number 2, use your shift, your hammer, the movement ability to set up and engage people close range and also disengage when things go bad. It's an ability that should be used quite often. These are the 2 main things. There are other things that you could improve on, but just these 2 will probably get you from Plat 1 all the way up, shoot you up to Diamond 1. At the very least, if not higher. Okay?
Alright.
Do you have any questions?
Nope. That was everything.
Right? You keep it up, 1 more game, you're gonna be in Diamond 3. If you play just like you played on the 3rd round, you will easily win the next game and get to Diamond 3.
Gotcha. Appreciate it.
Alright, happy to help. If you want to see me demonstrate these habits and more, and going from bronze all the way up to GM without losing a single game on tour, check out this video right here.